Diane Buchholz here with Keller Williams Realty, coming to you with another tip for what to expect when buying a home. This time we're at submitting the offer. So we've completed all the other steps. We've narrowed down the search criteria. You've obtained your mortgage pre-approval. We've gone out and toured homes, either in person or virtually, and you found the one. Now you're ready to begin the negotiation to make it yours. So first of all, the most important thing is going to be the purchase price. Um, One thing to keep in mind, seller always wants lists. Or sometimes they're willing to take less, sometimes their bottom line may be lower. Occasionally there is room for negotiation, all of those things. But if you always keep in mind that the list price is the starting point, and that is going to be what the seller truly does want. Now, perhaps they're being unrealistic in their value, but still, list price is where you really should be close to. Now, I always run comps on the homes to determine the market value. So to see what has sold recently, what's gone under contract, were the homes nicer, is this the best house in the neighborhood, any of those things. And of course, the personal factor of what you determine the value is as well. If this is just, hits all of your boxes and you absolutely love this house, maybe it's worth a little bit more. If it's, this one's just like all the others and you're not as attached to it, then, you don't, maybe you'll come in a little bit less, but you still need to be in market range, and always remember that the seller, of course, wants their list price. Now, one thing, when we are determining the purchase price, you do have the appraisal, and that's with every finance offer. If you're paying cash, you can do an appraisal, but usually in this market, they're not done. But for any kind of finance offer, the lender will not lend without an appraisal, and they will lend up to that appraised value. So if we go over list price, then you may have to pay the difference if it doesn't appraise. And the seller does not have to come down if they don't want to the appraised price. So, we have to carefully make sure that we have the right purchase price for the home that you love. So next is going to be earnest money. I did discuss this previously on one of my other videos, but typically 1 to 3% down is sufficient for earnest money. However, in a very hot market like we're in right now, more will equal a stronger offer. So whatever that you are comfortable with having held at a title company or attorney's office or a brokerage until closing is really what the earnest money. It can be any amount, but typically 1 to 3% is sufficient. Next is going to be the closing date. When do you actually want to take possession of your home? These typically can be between 30 and 45 days. That's generally how long the lender takes. However, they can be as short as 21 days. It can be as long as 60 or even 90 days. There's a lot of different factors, but we can narrow that down for your situation and for the seller to get that best date, and then what the lender projects as when they will be able to complete the loan. Then, of course, financing terms needs to be on the contract as well. Will this be a cash transaction? Are you getting a conventional loan, FHA, VA? Are you going to need to sell in order to purchase? So all of these need to be a part of the contract so that it's clearly spelled out and you know exactly what it is that everyone knows what's involved and what to expect. And then, of course, the final thing, what is going to be included or excluded in the sale? Is there, you fell in love with their patio furniture and you want that to stay. Washer and dryer, are they going to stay, or can they go with the seller? That beautiful chandelier over the dining room, maybe the seller can't part with that. So all of these things need to be on the contract so that it's very clear as to what is going to convey with the house purchase and what is not. so we don't have any hiccups later at closing date when we do that final walkthrough and you see things are missing that you thought were going to be included. So it all needs to be on the contract and be very, very clear up front. Once we have all of our terms solidified and we're happy with it, then the purchase offer will be submitted along with your mortgage pre-approval to the listing agent to present to the seller. And the seller has a time frame in which to respond. Typically, 24 hours is sufficient. However, sometimes the seller may request for a longer period. Maybe it's a multiple offer situation, just different things, but we will get a response, again, stated on the contract, and the seller is going to either reject, counter, or accept your offer. So we're going to go with that they've accepted it, and next time I'm going to talk about the steps when we are under contract. So until next time, have a great day. If you are finding these videos helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks again. Bye.